Hello everybody, hopefully you're doing well and staying safe. We'll continue with our physical science lesson, chapter 12, lesson 5, electricity and magnetism. So today we are going to talk about generator, electromagnetism that we learned in the previous lesson. Electromagnets play an important role in this production of electricity that we use in our homes. Generator basically is a device that converts mechanical energy that is supplied by hand or crank or turbine, magnets or motors into electricity. So it combines all these things and prepare electricity. A generator uses energy, as we know, to cause the electric charge to flow. Now this generator is placed in the electric power plants, where it is used in the electric power plants for making electricity for homes and other places. The electric power plant produced let's say the electric power that is produced by these generator is AC, that completes 60 back and forth cycles each second. Now there are different kind of turbines which actually make the current electricity. We have, for example, the steam turbines that are commonly used to produce current electricity. Now these turbines actually are powered by high pressure steam produced inside the giant boilers inside. Most of the electrical energy in the United States is used, they burn fossil fuels such as coal, oil or natural gas, and these fuels are boiled into to turn them into liquid, and then turning into liquid water, and then liquid water is going to produce steam. So these fossil fuels are burnt so it can heat up the liquid water, and when the water is heated up, it turns into gas, steam, and from this steam then these turbines work and let the generators to produce electricity. On the other hand, we have the hydroelectric power plants that spin the turbines with the pressure of the water. So basically it's a dam, and when these dams the water is flown away from the dam, it moves with the pressure of the water. These turbines move and they're connected to generator, and in the same way electricity is then produced. Now once the electricity is produced in generators, how it moves from the generator to home, we'll go through that journey. First of all, as we said, the generators are there at the power plants. They produce current electricity. Now current electricity is first conducted to a transmission substation. Here, for example, in a transmission substation. Now the substation actually has many towers with power lines leaving them. You might have seen this around your cities. Step-up transformers in the substation increase the voltage of the current electricity. It increases the power, and because of this, this allows the electric charge to be transformed over long distance more efficiently, more easily, because it's a long distance. It has to move in a long distance, so it should be moved in the increased voltage in a more powerful way. Then when the power lines, you might have seen these power lines, they span great distances from power plants to cities. They move the current electricity to the cities. Now some energy is wasted on the way as heat. That energy, when it is, why, as I said, because it should be high voltage, because it might be wasted also. So if it is less, all of it will be wasted. So that's why the voltage there is high. So some energy is wasted, but step-up transformer, they helps make the transmission process safer and more efficient, so that less energy is wasted. Then the high voltage Here, step transformer increases the voltage of electricity. High voltage current travels more efficiency. Then the voltage is decreased. Where it is decreased, this high voltage actually is in the current electricity. If it is moved over distances, actually it's also dangerous. Therefore, before current electricity enters your home, the voltage now it should be decreased at several stages. It cannot straight away come to your home like this. This may make problems or burn homes, or there will be severe problems. Therefore, transformers are there in this stage. These step down transformers decrease the voltage of the electric charge. These are the local substation, okay, and then after this there are more local substations that reduce the voltage from 155,000 volts down to about 10,000 volts, because as I said, a lot of voltage is dangerous. Additional reductions take place in transformers on power lines and then outside homes. There are still more transformers which decrease the voltage till it reaches your home, and the voltage is 240 volts. This is now safer, and you can use different devices on it. For example, different kind of devices in your home. Some of them are using 120 volts, some of them are using 240, 220 volts. Okay, so it starts up with greater voltage to be transformed over longer distances. Step-up transformer does this, decreases the voltage and electricity after it is produced in the power stations, and then voltage is decreased because high voltage is dangerous to reach to the homes. This is done through different substations, and it is carried by overhead wires. In some neighborhood the lines are underground. In some places, in some cities, you see them outside the surface. In some countries, in some cities, it is underground, and then this makes the voltage in these substations. They decrease the voltage, make it lesser until it reaches to your home at a 240 volts. So saving electricity, there are different tips that you need to understand, that you need to follow for safety measurements. These are some of the tips that are given in your books. Also, you can read them. Never touch a wall socket or the metal part of a plug when you plug something in. Always do not touch the wall socket or the metal part, because metal part is a good conductor. This may give you a shock. Never use a plug that is torn or damaged. It can cause a short circuit. So always try to use don't use a plug that is torn or damaged, because this can cause a short circuit. This can cause problems. Never pull a plug out by the cord. It can damage the cord. Never pull it out. Do not overload an outlet with many plugs. This could overload the circuit, so you should check out how much load a circuit can bear. If you overload it, it is going to cause problems. Stay away from high voltage wires. If you see a damaged power line, report it to your power company. Do not ever play with those voltage wires, because there is high voltage in them, so you should stay away from it. Never use electric devices when you are wet or standing in water. Again, water is a good conductor of electricity, so if you are wet, do not touch the bare electricity wires. On the other hand, we should save electricity, because electricity costs money, and the production of electricity is not that easy. It's costly. It uses up fuel, and this fuel can pollute the environment. Many generators, they are run by steam, and the steam is produced by fossil fuels, by coal, by oil, by gas. So all of these are going to increase the global warming. So try to save the electricity in different way. Do not use the electricity when you don't need it. Close the lights when you don't need it. Close the AC when you don't need it. Open up your windows. take fresh air if it's the weather is moderate and it's not too much hot. So in this way you're going to save not just the electricity, but you're going to save the environment too. That was the end of the lesson. We finished the lesson today, and now you're supposed to do the workbook related pages. Please do them and send them to me on the Pioneer via email. So in the next lesson, in the next week, I'll send you the answers then. Thank you very much.